Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I will be showing you how I make my photocard fillers. So somehow my audio didn't record, but as you see on the screen, we are starting with Photoshop. So what I normally do is I do multiple different things to get the final product. So we are going to get started. Now I don't remember how long I talked for before I actually did this video recording thingy. I'm still new to it on my computer. So we're in Adobe Photoshop, and so I think right about now we're going to open up a new document. Right, we're opening up a new document, and so there are two different photo card types that I use to make my photo cards. They're both essentially the same size. There's Photocard and Photocard Filler. I normally use Photocard Filler just because it's exact. It's got the right amount of millimeters, etc. It's basically down to the millimeter. And so we're going to just name this Miro filter because I don't have any regular fillers to make for this binder, so I'm just going to do a sample one just to make sense. So I just kind of enlarged it a little bit with my mouse so you guys can see what I'm doing. But so it starts out with a white background, but you don't necessarily have to have that. But what I'm doing is I'm looking for a nice cover to use. So there is a perfect cover right there, or you could go with something else like I'm about to in a minute. But essentially, you can use whatever you want. Since I'm doing Miro, I like to use an album filler or album art, so that way it makes more sense. And then I just save it to my desktop, or I will copy and paste it. It just doesn't really matter. So then once I copy and paste it, I normally make it down to the size that it needs to be. So I'm going to speed up this because it took way too long for me to get it to the right size and the right proportions. So I'll get back to you guys in a moment. I'll probably like really speed this up. Now you don't have to be really skilled with Photoshop to do anything like this, but so now what I'm going to do is make a rectangle and put it in the middle of the art so that way I can put the nameplate down. You don't, like I said, you don't have to be really skilled in Photoshop. Literally, I'm very beginner, but I've learned some things throughout doing this. So here's me making the box. I also make the box a little bit bigger by making it larger because sometimes when you make the box, it doesn't fill all the way. And then now you're going to see me take forever try and get all this text out of here so I could just write Jisung. Alright, so now we have Jisung, so it's ready to export. My Photoshop doesn't really do the whole save the project sort of thing anymore. I don't know why. I've tried to figure it out. So has an Adobe person and hasn't figured out. So what we're going to do is export it as a JPEG because JPEGs actually make it look really nice. I know a lot of YouTubers do put it on a 8x11 or an 8x11 and then like print it out that way through Adobe. Well, I can't really do that. So we have a different alternative way and I figured it out. So I just save it again onto my desktop so that way it's easier for the world. Don't look at all of my folders. They're just random folders that you don't really need to see. So yeah, they're just gonna go on the desktop. And then so what I'm in here is Adobe Spark, and Adobe Spark is sort of like what you do to make your own website, but I've done so many photocard filters as you can see. So I already have a project started called Photocard Fillers 6, and that's what I made some of my more recent ones on. So I'm going to open that one up and we are going to go in and see what it looks like. It takes forever to open. I don't know why, but just decided to do that for me right now. So you can see I have some walnuts on here, and then I have a stay in London little thing. I was remaking some, and I just wanted to go along with this one. So there are different layouts you can use for Adobe Spark. And so there is an option for a 9 pocket page, I guess, and then you can adjust the cells and the borders to your sizes. I know my little spaces in between each one are a little bit too big, so that's why my photo cards came out the way they do, but I'm still learning how to use Adobe everything. So what I'm going to do is actually insert the photo of the JPEG into the document, and we're going to upload it in there. And then, yes, we click on it. Yes, we get that. Normally, I would do move freely so that way it could go into the collage, but it didn't work at this time when I added it to the collage because it messed up Lito's thing. So I'm gonna redo it, and you'll see. You'll see what happened. All right, so now that it's added freely to the thing, we are going to actually snap it to the grid or the collage so that way it looks perfect. And so now they all match and they all are practically the same size. I know some of them are different than the others, but it's like whatever. Um, so I'm not gonna like do the whole thing of printing it and cutting it out, but normally what I do after this is once everything is done, once everything's perfect, I print it out to my printer, and I have cardstock paper that I use, and I will use my paper cutter that I got off of Amazon for like 10 or 11 bucks, and cut them out. I'm still new to using that thing, so that's why my fillers look really bad sometimes. But then I'll print them out and then put them in my binder essentially. So this is basically my process to how I make my photo card fillers, and how I make them really nice and cute and pretty, and etc. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little fun video. This is really fun for me to try to figure out how to do. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!